Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
On Friday, Angel fans gave Albert Pujols a grand welcome, while the return of Kendrys Morales and the bat of Eric Ibar sparked an opening night win. Today, Irvin Santana toes the slab as the Halos go for their first series win of the season. Royals and Angels is next. Welcome to the opening week of baseball presented by Burger King. An absolutely gorgeous day for baseball here at the Big A. It's the finale of the three-game set, the rubber game, if you will, between the visiting Kansas City Royals and your LA Angels. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, and a very happy Easter wherever you may be. I'm Victor Rojas along with my partner, Mark Gubza. We saw the Angels on opening day. Well, they showed some power there towards the end there in the 8th inning, picking up the victory. Yesterday, Dan Herron struggled, but the one constant through the first two games, and albeit a small sample size, Kendrys Morales is officially back.
Yeah, Victor, he looked so good, particularly yesterday when you went 4 for 4, and you mix in the fact that his last at bat on Friday night that started that rally. Quiet, even going the other way. That's the ability that Kendrys Morales has. Hit the ball to left field, hit the ball to right field, whether he's hitting left-handed. Today he'll be hitting from the right side, but he's got that type of ability to be able to help the club score a ton of runs and give that protection for Albert Pujols and the rest of the lineup to score some runs, particularly early in the game.
That Angels lineup will be facing a left-hander by the name of Jonathan Sanchez, making his Royals debut and making his 2012 season debut. It's the Magic Man, Irvin Santana, on the hill for the Halos. Just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back, relax, lineups, and first pitch when we return. Baseball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Love bacon? Then try the new BLT cheeseburger combo right now at Jack in the Box for just $4.99 plus tax. By Hyundai. New Hyundai owners are talking about their cars in the booth. And by 76 Gas. We're on the driver's side. Good crowd on hand here at the Big A as we get you ready for this rubber game of this series. The Halos have taken the field, and we will look at the lineup for Ned Yost and his Kansas City Royals. Royals picking up the victory yesterday, 6-3 the final. A little bit of a change in the lineup for Kansas City. Alex Gordon leading things off in left field. Alcides Escobar moves up to the 2 spot. He'll play shortstop. Eric Hosmer had a home run yesterday. He's at first base, batting third. Billy Butler, the cleanup hitter at DH. Jeff Francoeur back out in right field. Mike Moustakas also hit a home run yesterday. He's at third. Lorenzo Cain gets dropped down for the 2 spot down to the 7 hole. He's in center field. Humberto Quintero's doing the catching, and Chris Getz will play second base and bat 9. Taking on the young man. He's still the young man in our hearts, 29-year-old from the Dominican Republic by the name of Ervin Santana.
Ervin Santana, 11-game winner last year, 228 2/3 innings pitched, 178 punch-outs for Ervin. A no-hitter last season against Cleveland. Threw the ball exceptionally well in the second half. Fastball has been outstanding as usual, 92 to 96. Unhittable slider, and of course a changeup that he's worked really hard on in spring training, hoping to carry it into the season against left-handed batters.
Ervin, a season ago, 11-12, a 3.38 earned run average. That ERA, his best personal mark of his career. 87-67 in his career with a 4.22 ERA. His first pitch of the season is grounded towards second base. Howie Kendrick is there. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's how we start this ball game off. Let's take a look at the defense for the Halos. Vernon Wells is in left. Peter Borges in center. Torrey Hunter in right. In the infield, Mark Trumbo at third. Eric Ibar at shortstop. Howie Kendrick at second. Albert Pujols at first. Chris Iannetta doing the catching, the starting 9, if you are starting 8, I should say, defensively on opening day.
And Peter Borges out in center field patrolling this tremendous range, good arm, 17 outfield assists last 2 seasons in that position. Ervin Santana did get a ground ball out there. Generally a fly ball pitcher, should be active.
Escobar takes the pitch inside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. The shortstop yesterday had a 1-for-3 game with a sacrifice bunt. Overall, 2 for 6 in the young season. Shows bunt. Santana delivers a strike, high strike zone, it appears, from Hunter Wendelstedt.
Saw that with Jerry Lane in the first game of the series.
Trumbo playing in at third base as that pitch is outside. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, that's a good sound in that mitt. This Iannetta has a good sounding mitt. If you have a good fastball, you like to hear that if you're a pitcher. That means you're letting the ball go well.
That's up and in. May have gotten a piece of him, and it did. A hit by pitch, and the Royals get their first man on board.
With a 4-seam fastball with tailing action in on Escobar, gets him in the hand. Well, very difficult for a batter to get out of the way of that pitch, especially when you're thinking away and it runs and tails in on you, especially at 93 miles an hour.
He had 8 hit batters last year, did Santana. His career high 12. That was in 2010. So here's Eric Hosmer, the first baseman. Taking off is Escobar. The third out for Iannetta is not in time, and Escobar picks up a stolen base.
Well, not much chance at all for Iannetta to throw out Escobar. He had a great jump. Last season, base stealers were successful. 28 of 33 attempts against Ervin. A little bit slower to play higher leg kick. Good jump, easily slides into second with a stolen base.
Escobar last year for Kansas City, 26 stolen bases. Kansas City as a team, 153. The pitch was called a strike on Hosmer, so no balls and 1 strike. Taps this one foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes on the Royals' first baseman, who had a 2-for-5 game yesterday, including his first home run of the season. A solo shot off Dan Herron, and Herron just did not have it early on. He struggled, going 5 1/3, giving up 5 runs. 11 hits allowed, 2 of which were home runs to the youngsters, Hosmer and Moustakas.
He didn't seem to, when he got ahead of the count, he didn't walk anybody. He didn't have that finish pitch for him.
Here's the 0-2. Fouled off the left. One thing that we have seen from Eric Hosmer from his brief time in the big leagues, called up early May of last year, a very aggressive approach regardless of who's on the mound. There's no tentative swing from Eric Hosmer.
That's what Kevin Seitzer, the hitting coach, had told me early in this series here. He's very aggressive, knows exactly what he wants to do, but sometimes overly aggressive at the plate as far as chasing some pitches at times out of the zone.
Breaking pitch down low. A 1-2 count now. Alcides Escobar with 1 out was hit by a pitch, promptly stole second base. He's in scoring position for Kansas City. Ned Yost, the skipper, taking over in 2010. Managing the youngest team in Major League Baseball as far as average age, pickoff attempt. Escobar easily gets back in there.
Yeah, I talked to Ned Yost about that, about the team being aggressive as far as stealing bases. He said that they don't just steal this to steal, they pick their spots. And obviously their first pitch going for Escobar got into scoring position now for him, but they will be aggressive, but not just for the point of this, seeing if they can pad the stats as far as stolen bases.
1-2, misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kansas City on Friday 0 for 3 with men in scoring position. Yesterday 2 for 9. Putting him 2 for 12 in the series. There's Butler. Royals DH. Boy, just a couple of steps toward the alley in right center field as Hosmer flips one out toward shallow left field. Vernon Wells going to play it on a couple of hops. Escobar got a good read on it, and the Royals strike first. They lead it 1-0. Not a bad pitch by Santana in on the hands, but Hosmer strong enough with that violent swing of his to fight it off and flare for a single.
He elevated, went upstairs, perfect spot, exactly where Inetta wanted the pitch thrown. Again, strong enough to fight it off into the outfield, and Vernon Wells has to respect the power that Hosmer has the other way. He's playing deep and the ball falls in front.
Billy Butler at the plate. Career .241 hitter against Irvin Santana. 4 home runs. Takes down and in for ball 1. 1 for 8 through the first 2 games. There's 1 hit coming yesterday.
If you get him hit the ball on the ground, a real good chance of getting a double play.
The Royals struck early yesterday, 2 runs in the first inning against Heron. They strike first here today. In the dirt. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Mentioned Irvin with those 87 career victories. Ties him for 6th all time in Angels history with the left-hander, Clyde Wright. Mr. Personality.
Yes, indeed.
Selling some barbecue.
Evan Conlon both thrown a no-hitter.
Two-0 offering. Butler takes outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Irvin this spring. The ERA 2.08. 17 in the 3rd innings. Just 4 earned runs and 5 big league starts. He's got Hosmer over at first base, and the 3-0 is bounced foul. Cleanup hitter pulling the trigger on 3-0, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike now. Halos after the game take off on their first road trip of the year. Twins home opener tomorrow afternoon. 3-game set against the Twins and then a 3-game set against the Yankees before returning home a week from tomorrow to take on the Oakland Athletics. Irvin very deliberate here in the early going. The 3-1. This one hitting the air towards center field, chasing Borges back, stepping on a warning track, leaps up and can make the catch. That's a home run. Sneaks over the wall. A 2-run home run for Billy Butler. 3-0 Kansas City.
Day game baseball here at the Big A. The ball has a chance to carry. When you're behind the count 3-1. You have a centered in spot as a slider right in the middle of the plate, more of a spinning action on the slider instead of a downward action off the plate. Just over the glove of Peter Borges. Right in that corner between the high wall and the low wall in right center field.
Butler's first home run of the season, 5th against Santana. At 19 home runs last year, 95 runs batted in. Still one out, bases clear now for Jeff Francoeur. Fouls off the first offering, no balls and a strike. Francoeur yesterday had a 2-for-4 game with a couple of RBIs.
Yeah, and the interesting too that Dan Herron had great numbers in his career against Francoeur, 1 for 13, but he got ahead of the count both times. Got some good fastball counts that Francoeur made Dan Herron pay for it.
Halo's offense looking for some early runs in a ball game. Francoeur fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Friday night. They waited till the 8th inning to erupt. 5 runs. Yesterday's game, a 6-3 loss. The Halos scored 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th off Jonathan Broxton. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder right back to the mound. Francoeur is going to be retired here by Santana, 2 away.
Well, we saw in spring training so many games the Angels scored a ton of runs in the first inning. That's early in the ball game. We're going to need those early runs now with the Royals jumping on to another big lead here in the first inning. Yesterday 2 runs in the first. Today 3 runs in the first inning.
It's a relentless offense that Kansas City runs out there. There's some youth, but there is some talented youth on this team that went 71 and 91 last year. As Moustakas grounds one over to Kendrick. That will end the inning, but Kansas City strikes first. They get 3, 2 of which were courtesy of Billy Butler in his first home run of the season. We head to the bottom of the first. Ibar, Kendrick, and Pujols coming up. The Angels down 3-0. game. Eric Ibar leading things off at shortstop. Howie Kendrick at second base. Albert Pujols, a three-hole hitter, got his first hit as an Angel yesterday, a double. Torrey Hunter in the cleanup spot. He's in right field. Vernon Wells back in left. Kendrys Morales has been on fire here the first couple of days of the season. He's the DH. Mark Trumbo back in third. Chris Ionnetta's doing the catching. And Peter Borges bats ninth. And he will play center field. Taking on the 29-year-old Puerto Rican native by the name of Jonathan Sanchez, making his Royals debut.
4-7 last season, ERA at 4.26, fastball 90 to 93 range. Very good slider and a decent changeup also.
Sanchez came over along with Ryan Verdugo from the San Francisco Giants in exchange for Melky Cabrera. He's a guy that also has a no-hitter on his resume back on July the 10th, 2009 against the San Diego Padres. Injury-plagued season for the left-hander. Ibar yesterday 0 for 4, 1 for 8 to start the season. Had won a very big one, a bases clearing triple on Friday night. Ahead of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike for Ibar. This one pulled foul, just wide of the bag at third. Now with 2 strikes, Moustakas will drop back at third base.
This is the time you'll see Sanchez often throw his slider down and in on a right-handed batter. Ibar looking to try to get one of those pitches up in the strike zone so he can hit a ground ball between third and short on that breaking pitch inside.
Two rolled foul. We'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game for today.
Breaking out some Slade for you today, Victor. Run away. The bottom line is scoring some runs early in the ball game. The Angels need that. Last couple games, late in the game, get those runs, particularly when you see the Royals scoring 3 at the top of the first.
Hey, can you hum a couple of bars from Run Away?
It's Easter. I can't do that.
No?
No.
Another 2-2. Sanchez delivers down and in. Full count now. Kendrick on deck. Pujols to follow. Slade, it's just I don't remember that song.
You know?
You could hum a couple bars.
Yeah, that's all right.
Three-two on its way. Ibar pops it up on the first base side into foul territory. Osmond's there. There's out number 1. Defensively for the Kansas City Royals, it's Gordon left, Kane in center, Frank Corey in right. In the infield, Moustakas and Escobar on the left side, Getz and Hosmer on the right side, and Quintero doing the catching.
Boy, all strong arms in an infield, and Escobar came in on a nice bare-hand play against Eric Ibar yesterday. Been very athletic at that position. When he's focused, one of the better fielding shortstops in the American League.
Howie Kendrick at the plate. 2 for 7 on the season. And a 1 for 3 game yesterday, including a walk. Had a double on opening night. It's a strike on the outside corner. This one back up the box. That's into center field, and it's a 1-out base hit. So Howie's on board for Pujols with 1 out. Albert picked up his first hit yesterday. There's a double over the head of Alex Gord at the base of the wall in left field. First pitch, strike.
So far in the series, the Royals have done a good job against Albert as far as pitching away, pitching in, changing speeds, never giving him the same look twice.
Quick throw to first, and Kendrick is back. Pujols in his career against Jonathan Sanchez, 5 for 10. No home runs, no runs batted in. Iannetta's also had extensive experience and played in Colorado in the same division as Sanchez. It's down low, and it's a ball and a strike.
Sanchez 0-1 in his career against the Angels. 1 relief appearance, 1 start. 6 earned runs and 4 1/3 innings pitched in those 2 games.
That start was a long time ago. June 16, 2009 in San Francisco. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Down to the dirt, gets away from the catcher Quintero. Howie advances to second, is going to try to go to third. The throw down and not in time. Howie Kendrick taking the extra base. That split-second hesitation on the part of Quintero when he could not find the baseball. Howie decided to take third.
Boy, Howie, very aggressive. But when you're struggling to score some runs early in the game, especially even though it's early in the season here, to this 3rd game, it's good to be aggressive. All-speed pitch, change-up. Quintero had a tough time figuring it out. As a pitcher, you got to tell him straight behind, and he's thinking in terms, I'm going to third. Good effort, good cutting of the base to get that hand in there before the tag is applied by Moustakas at third.
Royals, obviously, with a 3-run lead, will give up the run for the out as that pitch is inside. And it's 3 balls and a strike. The wild pitch charges Sanchez. Torrey Hunter on deck. Kansas City with 3 in the first. If you're just joining us, RBI single by Eric Hosmer, a 2-run home run by Billy Butler. The 3-1. This one grounded to the left side. Moustakas has it. Oh, across the diamond to first. That will retire Pujols. Round number 2, but Albert picks up his first RBI as an Angel.
He got fooled a little bit on a changeup, 3-1 off-speed pitch. Out in front, but still got the job done as far as getting a run across and getting closer.
So the Halos get one of those first inning runs that we saw so much of in spring training. That pitch is inside on Torrey Hunter. 1 ball, no strikes. Torrey 2 for 4 yesterday. 3 for 8 in the first 2 games, including 1 RBI. Thought about pulling the trigger, lays off, but it's a called strike. Torrey yesterday was in the 5 spot in the order against Luke Hochevar. Did a nice job against the Angels, picking up his first win of the season, going 6 1/3, allowing 2 runs. Kendrys Morales batted in that cleanup spot yesterday. Three and 1.
Well, you've seen it in the first 3 games of this series here. Royals pitchers pitching inside quite often, but that's a dangerous position to come in, especially if you miss inside. That's when, with all this power that the Angels have in the lineup, you can hit some home runs quickly and get right back in it.
Wells is the man on deck, the 3-1. That's down in the dirt. A 2-out walk by Sanchez keeps the inning alive, and Vernon Wells will get an opportunity here. And as good an arm as Sanchez possesses, especially for a left-hander, the one thing that has plagued him at times has been the control issue.
He has 66 walks last year in 101 1/3 innings pitched. Definitely can get the strikeout. Averaged over 1 strikeout per inning last season, but the walk has been his issue.
Sanchez last year with the Giants, 4-7 with a 4.26 ERA. I mentioned just 101 1/3 innings last year. He had 2 stints on the disabled list. The first one due to left bicep tendonitis, the other one a left ankle sprain, limiting him to 19 starts. The throw over by Sanchez, and Torrey easily back.
You think they're going to try to pitch Vernon inside the way they're playing the pull. Gordon almost down on the left field line, Kane in left center field. But the approach that Vernon took all spring training was right center field approach as far as driving the ball that way.
Catches the outside corner for a strike. Vernon went 0 for 4 yesterday, picked up his first RBI. 1 for 8 through the first 2 games. And it is somewhat of a departure defensively for Kansas City to kind of align this way against Vernon. Usually you see it kind of the other way around. Try to get him to chase off-speed stuff. Fastball challenge. Snowball is 2 strikes. And typically get him to chase the off-speed stuff down and away, see if he'll roll over it. Because when Vernon is in that funk, that's where you can get him. Kind of out in front a little bit.
Top hand swing, and he wants to stay back and let the baseball travel enough to be able to hit it hard the other way.
0-2 upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes. Albert Pujols with an RBI ground out. Howie Kendrick got a 1-out base hit and went to second, or pardon me, to third on a wild pitch by Sanchez. Took 2 bases. Sanchez fires that one away. Torrey will advance to second. He'll stop there. Hosmer gets the ball back into the middle of the infield. An error on Sanchez and a man in scoring position.
Well, very tough for Hosmer to make this play, especially when it throws right at the Torrey Hunter going back to the base. Sanchez has done just about everything so far in this inning. A wild pitch, an errant throw the first, a number of pitches in the dirt. An opportunity right now with a base hit to get the second run across here in the first inning against him.
Here's the 1-2. Vernon takes a called strike 3 right down the pipe. The inning comes to an end. The Angels do get one of those runs back, courtesy of that hustle by Howie Kendrick. One in the books. 3-1 Kansas City. Inning. The beach ball has come onto the field out in center, so a little bit of a delay to get started here in the top of the second. Albert Pujols, an RBI ground out. Jonathan Sanchez threw 24 pitches in the bottom of the first. Urban Santana threw 21, and he gave up 3 runs. The first one here, the second is inside of Lorenzo Cain. Cain, the center fielder in the first 2 games of the regular season, batting in the 2 spot, drops down to the 7 hole as he'll look at a strike. 1 for 4 yesterday with a sacrifice fly, picking up his first RBI. 1 for 8 overall. Very good speed. It's a pretty good pop in his bat. Sneaky pop.
And he's looking for the fastball. When he connects, he's got real good power, good speed.
Chases this one. It's flared foul into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cain, one of the pieces that the Kansas City Royals received the Milwaukee Brewers. That Zach Greinke deal. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and it applies the tag. There is out number 1. Fans choose the games you want to see for a very affordable price. The Angels Big A plan starts at just $15 per seat. It allows you to use 10 ticket vouchers however you choose from 40 Angels games. Buy your plan today at angels.com/mini plans or call 888-796-HALO. So 1 out. First strikeout for Santana. Here's Humberto Quintero. Irvin's fastball a little bit high. Location here through the first 7 batters. That fastball a little bit off for Irvin.
And dropping the elbow just enough that it runs out of the strike zone. Quintero, a couple doubles yesterday.
Recently acquired from the Houston Astros. 2 for 3 yesterday with those 2 doubles. Takes a strike. It's 2-1. Quintero last year caught 79 games with the Astros. Pulls this one to third, and it's past the diving Mark Trumbo, and that's a fair ball. Wells over to cut it off. Quintero hustling towards second base, and he is in there with yet another double. His 3rd in 2 games.
And behind in the count, Irvin line drive just past the diving Mark Trumbo at third base. Almost able to make that play. Quintero, all 3 of his doubles, he was ahead of the count. And didn't miss when the pitcher made a mistake.
Trumbo was 6'6". He probably catches that ball. Chris Getz takes that pitch down low. 1 ball, no strikes on the speedy second baseman.
Trumbo's got to pay attention here. Getz is the guy that will push bunt and also drag bunt.
Terrific speed. Picked up a stolen base yesterday. Came on late in the game. Actually picked up a hit. Pulls this one foul off his ankle. And it's a ball and a strike. Getz and Josh Fields over to the Kansas City Royals, part of the Martin deal with the Chicago White Sox. As Weaver and Dan Herron look on. Just outside. Didn't miss by much.
That was a changeup that Irvin's been working on a lot this spring. He's always had that pitch, but more and more confidence in it.
Three and one. Getz last year, 255 in 118 games in Kansas City. Top of the order, and Alex Gordon on deck. This one lined towards center field. Is it going to hang out for Borges? It does. Quintero is going to get doubled up at second base. The inning comes to an end. Perfectly positioned was Peter Borges. As we head to the bottom of the second, Kansas City still up 3-1. King, the proud sponsor of opening week baseball. Nice defensive play by Peter Borges. That liner by Chris Getz, doubling up Humberto Quintero at second base to get out of that top of the second. We'll go back to it, and it just hung up. Not only positioned nicely, but got a good break on it. Quintero got a bad read. Easy double play.
Just another outfield assist too for Peter Borges. Quick as far as that first step. Able to come in and make a play, aggressively catching it, get a double play, get the offense back. Swinging.
Here in the second, Morales, Trumbo, and Iannetta. 6, 7, and 8 for the Angels. First pitch is in for a strike. Gendry's yesterday 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, 5 for 7 in the first 2 games. One ball, one strike. As good a story as far as Angel fans are concerned. Albert Pujols is. As Gendry swings through that one, it's 1-2. This equally, if not better. He's one of your own.
And when you think about it, how many clubs can, well, he's batting a little bit lower in the order today, but how many clubs can say they brought in a basically brand new number 3 and 4 hitter into your lineup with that type of power and batting averages?
He went around to the breaking pitch, fooled him. And there is out number 1. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sanchez as he got Wells looking to end the first. And with 1 out, Mark Trumbo will come to the plate. Mark did not play yesterday at the day off. Mark did get to start at third base on opening day and ended up going 1 for 3. One of the big hits in that 8th inning. No balls and 1 strike. Halos looking for that first home run of the season. One ball, 1 strike on Mark Trumbo facing Jonathan Sanchez. Royals debut. Lefty had an 8.74 ERA in spring training. 6 walks, 13 strikeouts in 11 1/3. Ahead of the count here at 1-2.
Likes to establish the fastball early in the game. Number of fastballs here to Trumbo on the inner half. When he wants to get the strikeout, they'll generally go to his slider or his changeup.
This one lined towards short, and Escobar has it. 2 outs. Here comes Chris Iannetta, celebrating his 30th birthday today. Both Angels catchers with the same birthday. Bobby Wilson turning 29 today.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it. He's got some decent numbers against Sanchez. 316 career against him, including a home run.
Lays off that one, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Chris had the day off yesterday. Wilson got the start behind the plate. 1 for 3 in the opener. It was down and in. There's Bobby. 29th.
A couple nice defensive plays in the game yesterday.
Iannetta fouls one back. And Rex Hudler with the catch to the booth to our right. Nice play by the Wonder Dog. 2 hands, fundamentally sound. There he is, raising the roof. It's good looking polo.
Yeah, it is.
2-1, down low. 3 balls and a strike.
Solid play, line drive.
That's it.
Put it in position to make the play.
The toughest thing about that play is always coming up this way is the spin. Because you're not sure if it's going to get right above those monitors. And if you commit and you guess wrong, you're eating that baseball. Iannetta takes a strike.
And it doesn't feel real good when you do so.
No. No. Full count with Borges on deck. 2 outs here in the second. Lays off. That's a walk. That's a second issued by Sanchez to go with the 2 strikeouts.
Pretty much on call for Sanchez. A couple walks, a couple strikeouts. Averaged nearly 6 walks per 9 innings last year. I get your pitching coach and manager upset, especially when you get 2 outs, quick outs, and you walk a batter.
Borges looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Peter getting to start on opening day in center field, off yesterday. Vernon played center, and Bobby Abreu getting to start at left. Borges 2 for 3. Big RBI. It's down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. He had the game-winning knock. The stock is just a couple of steps behind the bag at third base. Everyone else pretty much straight up. Borges lifts one in the air. Left side of the infield, Alcides Escobar shielding his eyes. Makes the grab. The inning comes to an end. 2 complete here at the Big A, and it's 3-1 Kansas City. Urban Santana to face the top of the order for the Royals here. Gordon, Escobar, and Hosmer. 1 strikeout, no walks, 3 hits allowed for Irvin. Gordon takes a strike. He grounded out on the very first pitch of the ball game to Howie Kendrick. 0 for 9 to start the season. Down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. We go back and look at Urban Santana's season last year. And it was pre-All-Star break, post-All-Star break. Completely different guy. Not that he was pitching horribly early on. 4-8 record, 3.89 ERA before the All-Star game. After, 7-4 and a 2.78. And it seemed to coincide. Passing of a very close friend. Terrific play by Albert Pujols, and Urban Santana is there to record the out. That ball took a little kangaroo hop at the very end there. Pujols able to take the glove up, robbing Gordon of extra bases.
Boy, a lot of times we talk, and justifiably so, about his bat, but his glove, Gold Glove winner at first. That is an exceptional play and a perfect flip for Urban Santana to be able to get to the base and tag and get the out. Tough hop. The reaction was there. full extension and the presence of lining up in a perfect flip to a pitcher running over covering the base. Oh, that's an amazing play. A lot of coverage down that line.
Escobar looks at that pitch down low, but just to kind of get back on Santana a little bit. The passing of his cousin. Remember, we were in New York. He had the start in Seattle. The Angels were playing the Mets in New York. He got the news. We flew down to Florida to play the Marlins. Had to start on June 21st against the Fish, and that was the start of that turnaround for him. It obviously led to the no-hitter on July 21st. He was a different guy. He was a completely different guy on the mound from basically June 21st on through the end of the season.
Exactly. His tempo and his pace on the mound, his aggressive nature completely changed at that point. He's always had when you look at the stuff on this staff, probably the best overall stuff. But all of a sudden it transformed into being more aggressive and picking up the pace.
Ground ball to short. Eric Ibar's got it. One shortstop retires, another 2 outs. Let's go back to that July 21st day at Progressive Field in Cleveland. 10 strikeouts, 105 pitches. Great stuff. Gave up that first inning run courtesy of an error. So no hits allowed. But I tell you what, he just turned it into a different gear.
Well, he had a magical slider that day, too. He seemed like he could throw it at any particular point. And then when they were looking for the slider, he had an outstanding fastball to go with it.
Hosmer looks at a strike. Ground ball to second. Kendrick to Pujols. A 1-2-3 inning for Irvin. We head to the bottom of the third. 3-1. Kansas City still leading it.
Pujols, just outstanding range. A 2-time Gold Glover shows why. The third, 3-1 Kansas City. Terrific play by Albert Pujols. Even the pitching coach has to go over there and congratulate him. Taking care of his own. Definitely, instead of a double down the line, it ends up being an out.
Top of the order, Ibar, Kendrick, and wouldn't you know it, Albert Pujols.
How's that possible?
It's amazing. Ibar 0 for 1. He popped out his first time up in foul territory. Takes a strike here, and it's quickly 0-2. Jonathan Sanchez with a couple of strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit allowed. That was to Howie Kendrick. Sanchez has also delivered a wild pitch, and he's also committed an error.
Both times he's been in the head of the count 0-2, try to elevate the fastball too high. Again, as a pitcher, when you're 0-2, yes, you don't want to throw a strike, but you want to make it close enough to make that hitter to the next pitch think that I better be in protect mode.
Ibar reaching for that one. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Little light cloud coverage. Sun's still out. Very little breeze. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Royals with 3 hits. 2 in the first, 1 in the second. The Halos with just 1 hit. That was that Kendrick base hit in the first. Ibar chases that one, gets by Quintero, and Ibar is going to reach. Strikeout, wild pitch.
Had a tough time to be able to keep in front of this breaking pitch. There's a different spin on a breaking pitch as far as in the dirt as compared to a fastball. A spinning action more difficult for a catcher to keep in front and not let it go away from him. In the thigh and the forearm area, gets by him, and Ibar's on first.
Just going through my book real quick. I know it's only been 2+ games. Just the 3rd time leadoff man has been on board for the Angels. Good throw over there. Kendrick 1 for 1 with a base hit. .285 last year, 18 home runs and 63 driven home. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Quintero with a snap throw to first.
Quintero picked off Bobby Wilson on the back pick yesterday.
Oh, 1 count on Howie. Moustakas comes in a couple of steps now. Outfield not very deep for Kansas City against Kendrick. They're playing him straight away. Good throw to first, and Ibar just does get back in there.
Wow, pretty close. Ibar asking if Sanchez balked going over the first base.
Sanchez is one of those guys that really...
See, the knee is crossing the pitching rubber. With your foot crossing the pitching rubber, you're supposed to deliver the ball home, but he's doing with the knee, it's crossing that plane. Very close to a balk.
Now he shoots one into right field. There's a base hit. Frank Gore trying to cut it off. Does so, but it's still going to go for extra bases. Ibar will be stopped at third as Frank Gore gets the baseball back in. And the Angels have their first 2 guys on board here in the 3rd with Pujols coming up.
Well, he's had some good approaches early in the season. All 3 of his hits prior to this one up the middle. This one goes the other way for a double. His hands, when you have the confidence in your hands to let the ball travel deep in the strike zone and still hit the ball hard the other way, tells you that's the type of ability that Howie has.
Infield will lay back against Pujols with nobody out here in the 3rd. First pitch upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Albert 0 for 1. He grounded out to Moustakas in the first inning, but picked up his first Angels RBI. Ibar standing at 3rd. Kendrick at 2nd. Down low. 2 balls and no strikes. First base open. You kind of play for the top.
Yeah, you don't think in terms, especially when you're up 3-1 early in the game, of walking Albert, but the open base, he's going to force him to hit something out of the strike zone. And Albert, always been a patient hitter, needs to show even more patience here. And Sanchez tries to get him to swing out of the element.
Pulled foul. Hopefully everyone's all right. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Came inside with a 4-seam fastball. Still quick enough to tuck his hands in, but very difficult for even as good as hitter as Albert Pujols is to keep that one fair.
2-1 count. Sanchez wants Quintero to run through the signs again. Jammed him. Count evened up at 2-2. Outfield playing Pujols to pull Gordon toward the line and left, Kane toward the alley and left center, and Francoeur straight up and right. Torrey Hunter on deck, and here comes the 2-2. Lays off the breaking ball.
That's a pretty good patience there. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Hard breaking pitch down and in. What do you think in terms of Sanchez either going with a changeup here or tries to go upstairs with a fastball? Albert, real good power the other way too with a fastball away. Could do some damage to it.
Long look in for Sanchez. Here's the payoff. Albert lays off, and it's a walk, and they're loaded up for Torrey.
The open base, Albert showed some good patience, didn't chase that pitch out of the strike zone like we anticipated happened. Try to make him swing at something where he can't get in the air.
Three strikeouts, 3 walks now for Sanchez. Torrey drew a walk himself in the first. Down low, 1 ball, no strikes.
Boy, a lot of pitches thrown by Sanchez here. No out in the third. 56 pitches thrown already.
Pulled down the line, just foul. Good thing that Eric Ivar has a low center of gravity.
Going a matrix to get out of this ball. I mean, that was a rocket right at him.
Ivar at third, Kendrick at second, Pujols at first. Torrey jammed, pulls it over to Hosmer, bobbles at first, second, looks at second, will take the out at first. Ivar scores. It's 3-2 Kansas City. Torrey will get credit for an RBI, his second of the year. That little bobble cost the Royals an opportunity to try to turn a double play.
Yeah, that was the big thing too. And the thought process for Hosmer, who's very good at first base, was at the very least getting the lead runner at second to set up the potential double play after that. Now Vernon up with an opportunity to tie the game up here.
Upstairs with the off-speed pitch, 1 ball, no strikes. Kansas City with 1 out again, still opting to decide to play that infield back. They will take the out, give up the run. Kendrick standing at second, and Pujols, or pardon me, Kendrick at third, Pujols at second. Swinging through that one. Evens accounted, 1 ball, 1 strike. Vernon 0 for 1. He struck out looking in the first. This inning started with Ibar struck out. It was a strikeout wild pitch that allowed Ibar to reach the lead off this third inning. Kendrick with a double, Pujols with a walk, and Torrey with a ground out. Vernon chasing a pitch up around the neckline, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Vernon with the toe tap, but still out in front, chasing a pitch out of the strike zone. Sanchez now has an option of going back upstairs or try to bounce a breaking pitch against Vernon. Vernon's job here is make contact with the infield playing back, and out can tie the game up here.
One-two. Vernon foul tips one into the mid, down goes Wells, 2 outs. Vernon really strike zone against a guy that is struggling to throw strikes.
And as a pitcher, you know when you see a guy expanding the strike zone like that, you can go upstairs and challenge.
So it's up to Kendrys Morales with 2 outs. Runner still at second and third. Kendrys, a strikeout victim himself, leading off the second inning. Fouls it back. 0-1 count. Kendrys just out in front of that a little bit. This one is fouled off to the right. An 0-2 count. Sanchez now at 64 pitches. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Oh, 2. The dirt. Smothered by Quintero. I'm just watching Quintero. I tell you what, does a nice job with his setup. Doesn't tip off his setup too soon. Sometimes catchers do that. You see some movement as a hitter.
I'm a believer of catchers stay in the middle part of the plate and to shift the body at the end. That way you don't tell if you're going inside or away on a pitch.
He'll wait till the last possible minute to shift either to the inside part or outside, depending on the hitter. The 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 25 pitches thrown by Sanchez here in the third. And through 24 in the first.
Gutierrez had to work hard already. About a third inning here as far as a number of pitches in the dirt.
You haven't seen too many Angel hitters here, especially in the third inning, chasing that breaking pitch down and in.
Because that means it tells you that you're, as a pitcher, you're throwing a slightly different arm angle as your fastball is compared to your breaking pitch. Can you lay off that pitch? Because he hasn't shown yet that he could throw that breaking pitch for a strike itself.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Sharply hit to short. Escobar almost misplays that ball. He'll retire Morales. The inning comes to an end. The Angels do get a run through 3. Royals still up 3-2.
By Burger King, the proud sponsor of opening week baseball.
Slow moving first 3 innings of this ball game. A lot of pitches thrown both sides. Irvin has settled down a little bit. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd inning. Perfect Easter afternoon. Halos down 3-2 as we start this 4th inning. Billy Butler to lead things off against Irvin Santana. First pitch a little bit low.
Like Hunter Wintelstead wanted to call that a strike.
He changed his mind.
He was lifting up to call the strike. Maybe a little low.
Perhaps a little lower back stiffness here, 3rd game. Just stretching it out.
Could be.
2 balls and no strikes on Butler, who homered in the 1st inning, a 2-run shot just beyond the reach of Peter Borges. It's 3-0. Irvin with 1 strikeout, no walks, 3 hits allowed.
Well, last time up, Billy Butler swung on a 3-0 pitch, pulled it foul.
He doesn't here, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Let's take a look at our AT&T trivia question for today.
Number 21.
Irvin Santana, one of 5 Angels ever to throw a complete game no-hitter. Who are the others? It's not fair for the answer.
There's some good arms through the years.
I would imagine so.
One threw extremely hard.
Yeah, no-hitter.
The other threw a softer from the left side.
That's 5 straight wide ones for Santana, missing outside of Frank Coeur. Braves, Mets, Rangers. Forget that one to Frank Coeur. And now the Kansas City Royals. Hit a bouncer back to Santana in the 1st inning, so Frank Coeur's 0 for 1. Frank Coeur's one of those guys, too, that's not afraid to swing the bat, regardless of the count, the situation. You can't get him to expand his strike zone. Had a heck of a season last year for Kansas City. He's 28 years of age. As he pulls this one, and a nice play by Trumbo to his left. There's out number 1. Sharply hit, good read, especially a day game here at the Big A.
A lot of light shirts in the stands, and if you're a third baseman at reactionary position, you have to be super quick to make this play. That ball was hit right on the line. It makes a nice play. Again, back to Frank Coeur. He's a guy that likes the fastball. He generally will swing early in the count looking for a fastball, and if you fall behind in the count and forced into a fastball situation, he doesn't miss it too often.
This one lifted in the air to shallow right center field. Borges coming on, has the call. 2 outs. Angel fans, be sure to log on to foxsportswest.com and check out some of these features. How the West was won, the Angels-Rangers rivalry. How that might overtake Red Sox, Yankees in Major League Baseball. I don't know how that's possible, but it's a possibility. Stanley Cup playoff preview. Fox Sports West hockey expert John Rosen will preview the Stanley Cup playoffs. How about USC, UCLA? Spring practice updates. Get it all. foxsportswest.com. Leadoff walk still standing over at first base. 2 outs. Lorenzo Cain coming up. The lone strikeout victim for Santana. Slider missing down and away. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
It seemed like a time with his slider so far in this game pulling off that pitch, and it starts off the outside corner and goes even further. You want to keep it towards the middle part and break to the outside corner to get a hitter to chase that pitch. Keep that front shoulder in a little longer.
Cain fouls it off to the right. The last inning we were talking about Santana in the tale of 2 seasons. He did not fare well against the Kansas City Royals. Had 3 starts against them last year. Went 0-1 with a .595 ERA. Had 21 hits allowed in 19 2/3 innings. An ERA, like I said, 5.95. But all 3 of those starts coming before that June 21st date that we mentioned. Cain takes that pitch inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, the year before he threw a game in Kansas City in which Ned Yost had said it was the best slider he had seen the entire season. 5-5 in his career against the Royals.
That may have been, right after Ned Yost took over. Might have even been that first series, first week of May. Three and one.
And Irvin wanted to know where that pitch was.
Hunter Wendelstedt apparently saying it was a little bit high.
On Fox tracks, it gets the top of the strike zone.
He's been calling that pitch for the most part up there in that region a strike today. And he walked him. Second walk of the inning puts 2 on, 2 outs for Quintero.
This in the 4th inning so far for Irvin. 5 3-ball counts for him.
Never really settled in that first inning. Got that first pitch out to Gordon. Hit Escobar, gave up the RBI single to Eric Hosmer after Escobar stole second base, and then the home run to Butler. Had 3 ground ball outs in the 3rd inning. Very easy 1-2-3 inning, but 2 walks here in the 4th. First 2 of the game. Kansas City with 3 in the top of the 1st inning. The Angels with 1 in the bottom of the 1st and 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Halos had a very good opportunity to tie, if not take the lead in that 3rd inning, but leaving a couple of men on base after the Hunter RBI ground down. Wells striking out and Morales grounding out. Quintero takes high. 1 ball, no strikes. Irvin just not staying on top. The fastball and or the slider.
Yeah, that's the thing, and you have to stay on top. You want to think in terms both pitches. Think fastball with your slider, so you want to have the grip and out in front, then that last action with your wrist. That's how you create the break on a slider.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, out of stretch position, good balance for Irvin. But as you see the front shoulder getting out a little bit too quick, that elbow drops enough where it elevates some pitches. So he wants to stay back just a little bit longer and keep the front shoulder from leaking out.
Two balls and 1 strike.
And one thing when you look at this Kansas City lineup, they hit fastballs and hard sliders. Jared Weaver was so successful in the first game. Change up, slow curveballs, get him out in front. It's the key to being successful against Kansas City.
Swing and a miss. Tardy on the fastball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quintero had a double down the left field line of the 2nd, his 3rd in the last 2 games. Quintero currently on pace for about 150 doubles. This one shot into right field, a base hit. Playing it on 1 hop is Torrey Hunter, and being stopped is Billy Butler at 3rd base. Escobar off the bag, Kane off the bag that will run him down. The inning will come to an end. Bad base running on the part of Lorenzo Kane. He took the big turn at 2nd. The Angels will take it. We hit the bottom of the 4th. Kansas City still up.
The new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on.
Halos down by the score of 3-2 as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. Lorenzo Cain with a base running blunder. Billy Butler certainly was not going to be waved home on a one-hopper out to right field. Albert Pujols alertly cuts it off, and Cain was already dead to rights between second and third.
Yeah, you got to pick up your third base coach here. You got to realize that Billy Butler is not going to be sent home. That could be a huge play in this game. When you think about it, would have been the bases loaded. Chris gets up for the Royals. A .429 career hitter against Irvin Santana, who lined out his first at bat.
Second base running mistake that the Royals have made today. Remember, Quintero was doubled up in the second inning. And Peter Borges, Trumbull, waving through that off-speed pitch. And it's 1-1 on Mark Trumbull. And the Angels have the bottom third of their order due up here in the fourth inning. Trumbull, Iannetta, and Borges. Mark lined out to Alcides Escobar, the shortstop, in the second. So he's 0 for 1. Swinging through the fastball. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Sanchez does a nice job as far as pitching north and south. Not much as far as inside and out down. He goes upstairs and then tries to get you to chase downstairs.
Here's the 1-2. A little bit high. We haven't seen too many of those fastballs belt high and below. Everything's been belt high and above.
Yeah, it looks so inviting as a hitter. You think you can catch up to it, but it's very difficult to get your hands up and through that baseball when it's elevated like that.
Trumbull pulls one over to third. Moustakas has it. Across the diamond. One away. Let's go back to our AT&T trivia question. We were talking about Irvin Santana's no-hitter last season in Cleveland. He's one of 5 Angels ever to throw a complete game no-hitter. Who are the others? Bo Belinsky had the first in '62. Clyde Wright. We were talking about him earlier. 4 times for Nolan Wright. And Mike Witt's game in 1984 was perfect.
Last game of the season.
Last game of the season in Texas. Chris Iannetta fouling off the first pitch. It's no balls and 1 strike. Iannetta drew a walk in the second, one of 3 walks issued by Jonathan Sanchez.
Boy, he had a nice swing at that pitch, first pitch.
Takes a strike. Halos taking the opener on Friday night. Shutout fashion, 5-0, dropping game 2 yesterday, 6-3. That's upstairs, 1-ball, 2 strikes, trailing this one 3-2. Off to Minnesota, 3-game series that begins tomorrow. There is an off day on Tuesday, but C.J. Wilson will get his first start as an Angel tomorrow night. It's tomorrow afternoon, I should say. It's 1:10 p.m. Pacific time. Nick Blackburn going for Minnesota. And then Weaver on Wednesday, Herron on Thursday against the Twins. And it's off to New York. Irvin Santana would get to start Friday afternoon against the Yankees. And then this one lifted in the air toward right center field. And that is an out. The need for the 5th starter would occur on Sunday.
I saw Jerome Williams here the other day for a very good bullpen. I talked to him. He said he feels excellent. So if indeed Jerome is that 5th starter, he's ready to go.
Sanchez is the walk to Albert Pujols in the 3rd inning. Has retired the last 5 in a row.
Borges popped out to Escobar in the second. 0 for 1. Takes a strike. This one pulled him Moustakas at third base. He was playing in. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Sanchez. 4 complete. 3-2 Kansas City. Brought to you by El Pollo Loco. Taste the fresh flavor of the new Roja Wet Burrito from El Pollo Loco today. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer. Gorgeous day in Southern California. Hope you're enjoying your Easter Sunday. A lot of kids in attendance. A lot of families overall. A lot of spring breaks going on. Kansas City leading the Angels 3-2 here at the top of the 5th inning. Royals have 9-1-2 due up here against Urban Santana. Getz, Gordon, and Escobar. Getz is 0 for 1. Shows bunt. Takes down low. It's 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1.
And this is one guy you want to keep off the bases if you can. Gets with great speed. Urban's had his troubles as far as slowing down a running game, so you want to make him swing his way on.
Pulls this one to the right side. Howie can't get it. The leadoff man is on board with a base hit. 5th hit allowed by Santana.
How big was that play there by Lorenzo Cain? We talked about Chris Getz, 429 career hitter against Urban. Line drive his first at bat that Borges made a nice play. Now gets another hit.
So Alex Gordon steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Twice grounded out. The last one a great play by Pujols on the line.
Royals very aggressive as far as if they're going to try to steal bases early in the count. First or second pitch.
Getz had 21 stolen bases last year for the Royals. Nice pick out of the dirt by Iannetta. 1 ball, no strikes.
Nice job of cut fastball down in the dirt. Urban have a tough time throwing that first pitch for a strike. This 8 of 19 batters he's throwing the first pitch strike. They've pretty much taken away the potential pitch out here.
One ball, 1 strike. Career high for Getz, stolen bases 25, and that was with the White Sox in 09. Eddie Rodriguez, the third base coach for Kansas City, flashing the signals. Big hole on the left side as Ibar's shading Gordon toward the bag at second.
This is a time when Dan Herron would incorporate this real quick pitch, something Irving could certainly use here. Come right through, hesitation and go.
Well, Troy Hawkins has been known to do that on occasion out of the bullpen.
It's a great pitch, really, because one, you could stop the runner from getting a good lead against you, but also throws off the timing of a hitter.
One. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Velocity on that one, 91 miles per hour. Irvin had 71 pitches, but just 36 strikes, 35 balls. 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Long pause for Santana. Doesn't go, and that pitch is cut on and missed. Down goes Gordon. There's out number 1.
He's holding the ball very well. Break a pitch, outer half, threw off the timing of Alex Gordon, who's having a tough time staying back on all speed pitches in this series.
Irvin will face Alcides Escobar, the shortstop now with 1 out, 1 on. Hit by a pitch in the first and a run scored and a ground out. 0 for 1. Trumbo playing it at third base. Courtesy toss over to first by Santana. One ball, no strikes. Royals locking up Alcides Escobar, 4-year contract extension. A couple of club options for 16 and 17. That happened during spring training. Trying to lock up some of their young talent. Upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes.
Moving trying a little quicker there. Slide step. 74th pitch, 37 in the strike zone, 37 out of the strike zone. It's been a tough one. Irvin still has that ability, though, to make the quality pitch when need be.
Escobar yanks one down the left field line. It hooks foul. It's 2 balls and a strike. Not in front of that one. Eric Hosmer's on deck. 1 out here, the 5th. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one. 2-2.
It's in his curveball today also, along with his slider. Good off-speed pitch there. Good running action. Circle changeup.
2-2. This one lifted in the air towards center. Peter Borges comes in a couple of steps. 2 outs. Fans of Halos host the Oakland Athletics April 17th at 7:05. And fans in attendance will receive an Albert Pujols bobblehead courtesy of freecreditscore.com while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on to Gooby where?
Angels.com.
Angels.com. So I can't tell the difference.
Nope.
Which was the real deal and which one was the bobblehead?
Bobblehead had a good pose there. The ball was crushed. The follow through.
Hosmer bolts one out toward right field. Torrey Hunter is going to play up. And watch this one go into the seats. A 2-run home run. It's 5-2 Kansas City. No hesitation by Eric Hosmer there. His second home run of the season.
He's a special player. The Kansas City Royals, quick hands, good power the other way, fine defender at first.
Second 2-run home run that Santana has allowed today. The other to Billy Butler, who takes a strike. Butler 1 for 1 with that home run. He's also drawn a walk as he grounds one over to short. Ibar to Pujols. The inning comes to an end, but Kansas City gets those 2 runs back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 5-2 Royals. Angels of Anaheim, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Top of the order, and Eric Ibar looks at ball 1. Ibar, Kendrick, and Pujols here in the 5th against Jonathan Sanchez, the left-handed starter. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Ibar's 0 for 2, a pop-up and a strikeout. They did reach on the wild pitch. Eventually scored the Angels' second run. That was in the 3rd inning.
Sanchez right away, 2 pitches well out of the strike zone. Now, if you're Eric Ibar, you can center in a certain spot in that strike zone. Otherwise, take a pitch. Need base runners.
He does take a pitch, and it's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Moustakas is playing in at 3rd base, protecting against the bunt. Outfield shallow against Ibar. That's outside, 3-1. .84 pitches thrown by the left-hander. Strike. Full count.
Sanchez getting the benefit of a high strike there against Eric Ibar.
3-2. This one's pulled toward the hole. Escobar can't get it. The leadoff base hit for Ibar. So Howie Kendrick will step to the plate. Proud owner of 2 of the 3 hits this afternoon for the Angels. A single with a run scored in the first inning, a double in the third. He was stranded at third base. Now he quickly ahead of the count at 1 ball, no strikes. .51 strikes, 36 balls for Sanchez. Throw over. Ibar's back.
Both pitchers with a lot of pitches thrown early in the game here. It means the bullpen's going to be active before too long.
One-oh pitch. Line to short. Escobar has it. Ibar gets back to first. 1 out. That ball's as squared up as you can get it. Right to the shortstop.
Boy, Howie is swinging the bat. Ground ball up the middle. Double the right field. Now a line drive. It's short.
So Pujols steps up. RBI ground out in the first, walked into third. Lines one to left, there's a base hit. Not wasting any time, Ibar advances to second. And the Angels once again with something going here in the fifth. 2 on, 1 out, Torrey Hunter coming up.
Boy, Albert's so good as far as setting up pitchers. Sometimes he'll take that first pitch very patient, but if he thinks he's going to get a fastball early on, very effective, able to tuck his hands in through that baseball and drive it into left field for a base hit.
Torrey picked up an RBI in the third inning when he grounded out with the bases loaded. 0 for 1. He drew a walk in the first inning. Thought about it. Almost pulled the trigger on it. Lays off. 1 ball, no strikes.
Torrey with 30 career home runs against Kansas City, his most versus any opponent. The perfect time, head of the count.
Off the end of the bat, pulled the string on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-hander Jose Majares is the first man up for the Royals in the bullpen. Former Minnesota Twin. On that fastball, fouled back, 1-2.
Good approach there too. Something sinking away, stayed with it, fell straight back.
Wells is on deck. Ibar at second, Pujols at first. Here comes the 1-2 in the dirt. That thing bounced about 3 feet in front of home plate. And as a catcher, all you can hope for is, I think I'm going to position my body here and hope and pray that it hits you somewhere in the body and it stays nearby.
Boy, Lowry moved very well and gets enough of his body to keep it in front. Good job by not only him, but also Ibar not going and putting a hand up for Albert Pujols not to make that attempt to advance.
Now feels straight around against Torrey. 2-2. Torrey skies one on the right side of the infield. Infield fly rule will be called. 2 outs. So runners remain at first and second. 2 outs now for Vernon Wells. Sanchez has had his way with Wells through the first 2 at-bats. Got Vernon to strike out looking, ending the first inning. Got him to chase a couple of pitches out of the strike zone in the third. Lays off the off speed. Glance back to Ibar at second. And it's 2-0.
Boy, tried to get him to chase a fastball up again. This time more patient approach for Vernon Wells.
Halos down by 3. A couple of 2-run home runs for Kansas City. Butler and Hosmer. Hosmer had his in the 5th, top of this inning. That one is a strike. 2-1. But the Royals still play Vernon Wells in the outfield. Extreme pull. 2-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch.
Well, you can see how open his front hip was on that swing. When he's on a roll, he stays back, keeps that front hip tucked in, and drives that ball well to right center field.
And a huge alley in right center field with Kane shading him to pull out in left center.
And you wonder now if Sanchez is going to go up the ladder with a fastball.
Ibar takes off. Wells fouls, rolls one. Looked like he rolled it off his foot. Nice play by Escobar, and that will end the inning. The Halos had a couple of men on, leave them on through 5, but still Kansas City up.
Breeze camp. Albert Pujols, 2-time Gold Glover at first base, shows why he's dipped in gold. Tough hop, makes the play with the glove. Perfect feed over to Urban Santana to get the out. That was our Coors Light Freeze Camp, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
5-2 Kansas City, top of the 6th inning. Jeff Francoeur leading things off here against Urban Santana. Takes a strike. Francoeur, Moustakas, and Kane in the Royals' half of the 6th. Halos have action in their bullpen. Francoeur swings and misses there. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Hisanori Takahashi loosening for the Angels. Urban, 82 pitches so far. Check swing by Francoeur results in a foul tip. Count remains at 0-2. And nobody loosening for Kansas City unless someone gets up with an out or 2 outs outside.
But it did look like Sanchez was done. A lot of handshakes in that dugout after getting through that last inning. A number of pitches, 99 here, his first start of the season.
Francoeur's 0 for 2. Bouncer back to the mound and a line out to Mark Trumbo in the 4th. The Angels have had some opportunities in the 3rd and 5th innings, just have not capitalized. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Flipped out toward right field. Torrey will play it on a hop. Lead-off base hit.
Pretty good breaking pitch once again. Francoeur stayed alive early in the bat, but he fouled off a tough slider there too. A good one by Santana, but Francoeur much better as far as fighting that in the right field.
Here's the Royals third baseman, Mike Moustakas, 0 for 2. Ground ball to second, a fly ball to center. Francoeur takes off. Moustakas drives one out toward left, chasing Wells back. Vernon will make the catch. Francoeur rounded second base briefly, retouches and gets back to first base. Mike Moustakas is now 0 for 3, and he has seen a total of 3 pitches.
Very aggressive. They're trying to get him to be more patient. And a home run in the game yesterday. And then you're saying, okay, how about the next time up? Just see one more pitch.
So Francoeur back over at first base, 1 out. Lorenzo Cain, the batter. Cain's a center fielder. 0 for 1 with a walk. Helped run the Royals out of an inning in the 4th inning. Maharis is back up and loosening for Kansas City, so looks like the lefty will be coming into the game. The Angels in the 6th inning have Morales, Trumbo, and Iannetta due up. Lorenzo Cain kind of reminds me of, after that swing, Austin Jackson when he first got to the big leagues. Lean, strong, really quick hands, but very susceptible to breaking pitches down and away.
Chases them, and then, of course, fastballs that are elevated chases them also.
Wild pitch by Santana. A little overthrown on the breaking ball. One ball, 2 strikes.
That's a pretty good spot. He missed by a lot on that fastball right on the inside corner at 93. Just off the inside part of the plate.
Count even at 2-2. This one down the line. Trumbo bottles it. And Mark will get charged with an error. Would have been an interesting play considering the arm strength of Trumbo and the speed of Lorenzo Cain getting down the line.
Well, a long throw would have been for Mark Trumbo.
Third error for Trumbo. So 2 on. Still 1 out. Here's Humberto Quintero, the catcher for Kansas City, 2 for 2 with a double and a single. .94 pitches for Santana. Takahashi's ready to go in the bullpen as Quintero held up. They appealed. Dan Bellino says he did not go. 2 balls and no strikes. This might just be Urban's last batter with Getz on deck.
Pretty close to a swing. And you're right about that, Victor, with Getz success against Santana, left-handed batter, and Takahashi ready. Following Getz, you have Gordon another left-handed batter.
This one out towards center field and hit well. Borges is going back, still going back, reaches up and makes the catch. Francoeur tags from second. He'll head to third. Lorenzo Cain stays at first base. Well struck by Quintero. So with 2 outs, Getz coming up, Mike Scioscia's coming out, and that's going to be it for Ervin Santana. Nice job by Borges on the read.
Quintero very good as far as getting into good fastball counts, gets that ball up in the air, but Borges back and makes the play at the wall as the ball continued to carry.
A pitching change. Ervin Santana departs. We're in the 6th inning. With 2 outs, the Royals still leading it. Angels baseball is brought to you by the new Southwest Patty Melt from Carl's Jr. With jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, and Santa Fe sauce. It's a spicy twist on a classic burger. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Dodge. Nice shot of the orange circle. Not too far away from the Big A, home of one of my favorite restaurants, Felix's.
Still waiting for the invite to take me there,
anytime.
Man.
Yeah, it's kind of like you and Twitter. Don't start, okay? Because I heard you talking smack yesterday.
I'm just about there.
Yeah, aren't you, though? Ervin Santana, 97 pitches. It was a struggle for him today. 5 2/3, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's responsible for the 2 guys on base, but even with those struggles, kept his team, for the most part, in this game. Made 2 big mistakes. One to Billy Butler, 2-run shot in the first. The other one, a 2-run shot to Eric Hosmer in the 5th. Hisanori Takahashi pitching for the 2nd straight day, facing Chris Getz, second baseman. First pitch is in for a strike.
Was very effective yesterday, mixing in his fastball, his slider, curve, and changeup. 3 batters faced, 3 outs.
Getz 1 for 2. Single with a run scored to the 5th. Jeff Francoeur is the man at third base. Lorenzo Cain at first. Reaching forward, breaks his bat, and it goes off the glove of Takahashi, and Howie Kendrick can't handle it. 6-2 Royals. An infield single, and that's what Getz is credited with. Picks up an RBI as well.
And Getz is utilizing his speed, trying to put the ball in play. Pretty good pitch off the end of the bat. Takahashi had his glove turned the wrong way. Instead of trying to backhand, they tried to keep his glove level, and it goes off the glove, and really no chance for Howie to make that play.
So back to the top of the order now, and Alex Gordon. 0 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout. Gordon swinging first pitch, pops it up. Middle part of the infield, Eric Ibar calls everybody off. Makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Royals leading at 6-2. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy the game in an intimate, private, and luxurious atmosphere. You'll probably even hang out with Gooby. To reserve your suite today, call 888-796-HALO or by visiting angels.com/suites. New pitcher on for the Royals, left-hander Jose Mijares. The former Twin comes on. He'll face Morales, Trumbo, and Iavetta.
And Mijares is a guy that fastball 87, 91, and a pretty good slider, also mixing in an occasional changeup.
Taking over for Jonathan Sanchez as Kendrys Morales will lead things off. First pitch is down low. Sanchez, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kendrys trying to get his first hit batting from the right side. 4 hits yesterday batting left-handed. Base hit on Friday night's game batting from the left side. Hit very well in spring training batting right-handed.
Morales chops it foul up the line. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Jose Mijares, 27 years of age. Got into 58 games last year for the Twins, all out of the pen. 0-2, a 4.59 ERA. Spent some time with the DL, the left elbow strain. Kendrys pulls that one into the dugout. That may have gotten Soch or somebody down there.
Real close to him. Or Borges. Looks like it got Peter Borges. By Soch.
Kendrys shooting one foul on the right field line. Nice play down there. I think Soch may have been screening on that one.
At least Peter Borges can smile about it now. He's going, hey, can somebody pick me up there? Maybe knock it down?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you got bat boys laughing at you. That may have gotten him below the belt.
And you're still looking in there, just making sure Peter Borges is okay.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Morales goes down swinging. There's out number 1. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, again, trying to get some early runs, run away, add on from that point. They did get the run in the first inning, the first time this season so far, in which they scored in the first. Kansas City with 3 in the top of the first, and of course 2 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. It made it difficult to work all the way back, but plenty of time to score. Seen it a lot in spring. Consistent at bats.
Mark Trumbo up. Looks at a pitch down and in. Mark's 0 for 2. A line out to short and a ground ball to third. Held up. They wanted an appeal. Did not go. Jason Isringhausen loosening as Trumbo puts that one upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Herman Santana can charge with 6 runs, 5 earned in his 5 2/3.
Most times, Mike Socha will give Mark Trumbo the green light 3-0, but when you're down by 4 and the need for base runners, more than likely would be taking this pitch.
Chris Iannetta is on deck. He takes a strike, 3-1. Both starters today threw a lot of pitches. They weren't as crisp as they would have liked to have been, but Sanchez made the pitches that he needed to make in crucial situations as Trumbo takes another strike and it's a full count.
Yeah, Sanchez didn't throw many pitches middle of the plate. He was going upstairs with the fastball, downstairs with his slider and his changeup. That's some Angel hitters to be overly aggressive and swinging pitches out of the strike zone.
3-2, line to left, a base hit, trying to come up and in. Trumbo spins it around into left field, a one-out base hit. Second hit of the season. KCA AT ANA coming up.
Noticed last year pitchers tried to go inside on Trumbo, but for a power hitter, extremely fast on the inner half, especially when it's elevated. Most power hitters like to get their arms extended. Trumbo's quick inside.
A little bit high on that pitch. 1 ball, no strikes on Iannetta, who drew a walk in the second, hit a fly ball to right in the fourth. Mahar still rushing it up there in the low 90s.
Doesn't have real good career numbers against the Angels. An ERA at 6.75 in 8 games.
Iannetta pops this one up on the infield. Moustakis at third baseman. Escobar takes charge. 2 outs.
Good communication by the Royals infielders. Harris was pointing up, initially going with Moustakis coming in, but Escobar, an easier play for the shortstop coming in, calls off the rest of them, makes the play.
So 2 outs. Trumbo still over at first. Peter Borges at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out and grounded out. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. As we pointed out, the Angels have had opportunities in this game. 0 for 7 with men in scoring position today. Borges rolls it foul just behind Dino Ebel. And it's 2 balls and a strike.
When you look back at that third inning, bases loaded, no outs, and only able to get 1 run out of it.
With the middle part of the order up. Two 1 pitch. Borges fouls it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trumbo with a 1-out base hit, stands over at first. Kansas City with 3 runs in the first inning, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Angels with solo runs in the 1st and 3rd. 2-2 from Maharis. Missed inside, a full count. It's a tough pitch to lay off of.
Especially when it's breaking towards that corner of the plate before it's caught by Quintero. Doesn't miss by a lot. Very difficult to lay off if you're the hitter. It's not where the catcher catches the baseball, where it crosses the plate.
Trumbo's going to be off at the pitch. Full count, 2 outs. Ibar is the man on deck. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Borges goes down swinging. The inning comes to an end. 6 complete at the Big A. 6-2 Kansas City. City. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Halos. Mentioned the road trip begins tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon. The Twins home opener, 3-game set in Minnesota, 3-game series in New York, and then back at home, 7-game set, 4 against Oakland, 3 against the Orioles. Orioles went back to their old hats.
I like that
with the white in the front there. I do too. Takahashi back out there, facing Al City's Escobar. Tries to bunt, rolls a beauty down the third base line. No chance for Escobar. Marcus playing back a little bit. An infield base hit.
And now it's time for a Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. Eric Hosmer yesterday hit a home run. Today gets a fastball down against Urban Santana. It's a 2-run shot to right center field. A lot of power for Eric Hosmer. That's our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Florida native, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs already in the young season, 3 coming today. Had an RBI single in the first, a 2-run blast in the 5th. This may be why Takahashi's back out there to face Hosmer, and then you've got a couple of righties. Isringhausen's ready to go in the bullpen. One ball, 1 strike on Hosmer. 2 for 3 overall today. Kansas City with 9 hits. The Angels with 5. And the Halos have left 7 guys on base. Kansas City have stranded 4. Two balls and 1 strike. Billy Butler is on deck. Reaching for this one. Little skimmer to Kendrick. High ball for Webb. A relay not in time.
Lead runner a little bit too slow.
Yep.
Good turn though by Howie. Flip over to Ibar to throw the first.
That's going to be it for Hisanori Takahashi. He will depart. We got ourselves a pitching change. We're in the 7th. The Angels down by the score of 6-2. From 1 on, Billy Butler is due up to face Jason Isringhausen.
And Isringhausen getting back to the 4-seam fastball, cut fastball, curveball, slider, threw a lot of sinkers and changeups in spring training. Had command issues with those 2 pitches, but yesterday Nice job, 2/3 of an inning and a couple quick outs.
2/3 of an inning yesterday. 300 career saves for the veteran right-hander. He'll face Butler, the DH, who is homered a 2-run shot in the first. He's walked and grounded out. 1-for-2 game for Butler. Eric Hosmer is over at first. He takes off. The pitch is outside. Iannetta can't handle it. A stolen base.
Well, Hosmer, quick jump. 11 stolen bases last season. Easily gets in. Also has a pitch that's on the outer half of the plate with movement, a cut fastball that Iannetta unable to make the transfer to make the throw to second.
1-0 line to left field. That's going to bring home a run. Wells is not going to be able to cut this one off, and Butler is going to be in at second with an RBI double. It's 7-2 Royals. That run gets charged to Takahashi. Three RBI game for Butler.
Fastball inner half. Butler quick on that one. Made an adjustment over the last year or so as far as fastballs inside. Used to be more of that approach to right center field, inside out swing. Definitely a doubles machine, 140 over the last 3 seasons.
1 ball, no strikes on Jeff Francoeur. Francoeur 1 for 3. Base hit with a run scored. That came in the 6th inning. Breaks his bat, a little looper to Howie Kendrick, 2 outs. So Mike Moustakas will come up 0 for 3. Ground down, a couple of fly ball outs. Butler leading off at second base. 10 hits now for Kansas City. Santana getting to start, going 5 2/3. Takahashi 2/3 of an inning, and now Isringhausen has gone 1/3. Breaking pitch gets by Iannetta. Wild pitch advances Butler to third. Iannetta's been busy back behind the plate.
Overthrew a curveball here. Tried to get his body over in time, but anytime you throw a curveball, especially with a left-handed batter right behind him, very difficult for a catcher to get in position to keep that ball in front.
Moustakas takes inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Tapper foul. Southern California product. You saw a lot of him in high school.
Great power. As far as driving the ball out of the ballpark, played at Chatsworth High School. Very good arm, too. He used to close for him, throwing 95, 96. Shortstop at that time.
Two-one. Skies this one on the first base side. Pujols will give it a look, but it's going to land in the seats. So we're evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kansas City with a run here in the 7th. Leading at 7-2. Butler standing at third. 2-2. It's yanked foul. out in front of the breaking pitch. The Angels in the bottom of the 7th inning have the top of their order coming up. Ibar, Kendrick, and Pujols. Swing and a miss. Ianetta's going to have to throw down to first base to complete the strikeout, and he does. The Royals do get a run. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Kansas City leads it 7-2. Bottom of the 7th inning, Royals on top by the score of 7-2. Top of the order coming up for the Halos. New pitcher on the mound. It's the youngster, 22-year-old, by the name of Kelvin Herrera. Terrific arm. So much so that last year, the year that he had, Royals organization's Paul Splittorff Pitcher of the Year. Struck out 70 and 67 2/3 minor league innings.
That's one thing the Royals have done of late, is developed some good power arms through their system.
Pitched in only 2 games in the big leagues last year. Eric Ibar will spin around to hit from the left side. Herrera takes over for Jose Majares. 97-mile-per-hour fastball is down low. Majares, by the way, went 1 inning, gave up a hit, but struck out 2. Ibar looks at a strike. Eric this afternoon 1 for 3. base hit in the 5th inning. He was the leadoff man with a base hit, was stranded at second base. Ground ball off the glove of Herrera, redirects towards Getz, and he can't handle it. I don't think Getz picked it up, because he had kind of a delayed reaction once that ball went off the glove of Herrera, and it's an infield base hit for Eric Ibar.
Yeah, Getz was going up the middle to look for the backhand to be quick through his throw, with Ibar running down the line, who's had a number of infield hits in the last 3 seasons. And a different spin when it comes off the glove of the pitcher. Getz trying to rush it, unable to do so. Hits him right in the wrist.
Here's Howie Kendrick, who lined out sharply in the 5th. Looks at the strike. Nope, missed inside. Howie 2 for 2 with a single, a double. That sharp liner. He's also scored a run. Here comes the 1-0. Outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
And that hard fastball, average around 96 to 98 range. Curveball and a pretty solid changeup.
Youngest player on this Royals team, 22 years, 97 days, is how he grounds one to short. Escobar to Getz on the Hosmer, 2 outs. So bases clear for Albert Pujols. Albert 1 for 2. Got a base hit in the 5th inning. Albert gets jammed, looking out toward left center field. Gordon was playing on the pulse. That falls and goes all the way to the wall. Pujols on his way to second. A 2-out double. First multi-hit game as an Angel.
High fastball. Again, able to tuck his hands through the baseball and still get the bat head out enough to be able to drive at the left center field for Albert Pujols. That's some great power, because that ball didn't get quite on the sweet spot of the bat. Still drove it in the alley for a double.
That's how strong he is. Corey Hunter at the plate now. Looks at a strike. Torre a walk, an RBI ground out, and a pop-up. 0 for 2 game, pardon me, with an RBI, his second of the season.
When his changeup, he drops his arm angle a lot more so than the fastball. Good hitters eventually will be able to pick that up and lay off the all-speed pitch unless he can throw it for a strike.
.98-mile-per-hour fastball, short hopping Quintero. You're just in defense mode there as a catcher.
You just hope it hits your glove.
That's one of those, unlike that one that bounced 3 feet in front of the plate on the breaking ball. You hope it doesn't hit you.
Yeah, you're hoping it gets the glove somehow, some way. Because even with shin guards on, that's going to hurt. A balk. Looked like Quintero told him to step off the pitching rubber. He broke his hands before. Then lift up air. Yeah, you can't have that type of movement. You got to stay in his.
Yeah. You can't wipe the brow.
No, not when you're standing. When you step off the pitching rubber, yes.
Yeah,
but when you're
not
still
set
on the rubber, no.
Not so much. 2-1. Torrey. Roller over to third. Moustakis has it. And the inning comes to an end. 7 complete here at the Big A. Kansas City leads at 7-2. Hitting the road, take the Angels with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Angels out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Angels.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. New pitcher on for the Halos. Kevin Jepsen takes over on the mound. Jason Isringhausen went 2/3 of an inning. Kevin will face the bottom third of the Royals order here in the 8th. Kane, Quintero, and Getz.
Well, Kevin Jepsen, fastball has been there in spring. Power fastball, curveball, cut fastball thing is, again, we talked about even in spring training, the ability to get that first pitch over with the fastball, then expand the strike zone.
Short season for Kevin last year. Struggled with the big club in 16 games, had a 1-2 record of 7.62 ERA, was sent down to AAA Salt Lake. Eventually had to have surgery on his knee, right knee. It came on August 31st, ending his season. Lorenzo Cain, the batter. Which fastball is in for a strike. Cain's 0 for 2, did draw a walk in the 4th. Did run his team out of an inning in that 4th inning as well. No balls, 2 strikes.
He's running a fastball on his hands. He had an opportunity to expand the strike zone with a curveball.
Breaking pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kevin with 12 outings this spring. 12 innings, 5 earned runs. Breaking pitch hit out toward right. Chasing Torrey back. 1 away. Here comes the catcher, Humberto Quintero. Did you see the American League scoreboard out there? Tampa Bay defeated the Yankees, shut out the Yankees 3-0.
Swept them.
And a pitcher's duel at Comerica Park. Tigers eventually hanging on 13-12 to defeat the Boston Red Sox.
So Boston missed a 2-point conversion at the end, huh?
They did. Both teams 0-3. The last time the Yankees and the Red Sox both started 0-3, 1966. You were, what, 26 then?
Yeah, I got my first shutout at that year.
Yeah.
Yes.
You and Don Drysdale hanging out?
Yes.
0-1 count on Quintero. Emergency swing comes up empty. It's 0-2. Cleveland defeated Toronto 4-3. Baltimore 3-1 over the Twins. And the Sunday night game is the White Sox visiting the Texas Rangers. Apparently got some rain going on over there.
It was kind of fun the other day when Robin Ventura and Nolan Ryan said hi to each other for the first time since that time when Robin Ventura charged Nolan down in Texas.
They keep booing Robin every time he comes out.
Wasn't a great decision on Robin's part as far as going after Nolan.
This one out toward the alley. Torrey with a long run is able to track it down. Nice play by Torrey Hunter. It was second out here in the 8th inning.
Torrey just had a real good jump on this baseball as it continues to carry during the day here. Tracked it down, made it look routine as usual. The multi-Gold Glove winner Torrey Hunter playing that center field position has done a tremendous job in right field now for the Halos.
So 2 outs, and Chris Getz, the second baseman, will step to the plate. Getz today is 2 for 3, a couple of singles and an RBI. Second single was that broken bat little bouncer that went off the glove of Takahashi and mounted in the 1 run that came in for Kansas City in the 7th. Trumbo playing in a little bit at third base. Down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. We welcome you into the broadcast booth here. Wish we had better news for you. Obviously, Urban Santana, Gooby today just couldn't really settle in, much like Dan Herron couldn't settle in yesterday.
Yeah, he had trouble really commanding his fastball. Then his slider was trying to force it through, open up that front shoulder, and of course pitches out of the strike zone. A couple home run hit by Kansas City against him hurt him. But the offense, a couple opportunities also in this game to get back in there, but unable to get that key hit at the right time.
2 balls and a strike on Chris Getz. Right off the end of the bat, clears the bat boys. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels at the bottom of the 8th inning. Looks like Herrera will be coming back out. They'll have Wells, Morales, and Trumbo. Halos down by 5 here in the 8th. Getz fouls it back.
Well, Getz coming into this game against the Angels in his career, .314 batting average. He's had some good at-bats in this game also.
So scouting report is don't let Chris Getz beat you.
Yeah. And even the out he made was a line drive to center field to Peter Borges, made a nice play to get a double play out of it.
Jepson trying to sit the Royals down in order for the 2nd time today. Irvin did it back in the 3rd. Foul tipped, hung on to by Iannetta, and he does it. A 1-2-3 inning. We're at the bottom of the 8th, 7-2 Kansas City. Off against Herrera. Gave up a couple of hits in the 7th. A big double play ball and a good pitch on Torrey Hunter. Get out of that 7th inning. Vernon Wells 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball to short. This one hitting the air toward deep left field. Gordon going back, pulls up, gone. A solo big fly for Vernon Wells, the first home run hit by the Angels this season. And it's 7-3, Kansas City.
He got a breaking pitch that spun over the middle of the plate after the first pitch being a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Curveball. With that kind of fastball the pitch before sped up the bat, and Vernon hits that one well out to left field.
Morales looks at a strike. No balls and 2 strikes on Kendrys. 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. A slow roller. Chris Getz has to come in from shallow right field. Better hurry, and that's an out. Well, look like Hosmer trying to do the old Wally Joyner move, coming off the bag there.
I was just going to say that sold it well to make it a close play. If you get off the base and start throwing it around, a lot of times you'll get that call, but that was a little bit closer than he anticipated. Slow roller. Kendrys Morales get down the line pretty good on that one. Boy, off the base and even look back to make sure he was like, okay, you're all right.
You got him.
Wally Joyner was so good at that.
Yeah.
Don Mattingly was very good at it also. Keith Hernandez, all those guys, as far as those close plays, reaching out and getting your foot off the base in time and start throwing it around to get the first base umpire something to think about.
Count even now on Trumbo at 1 ball, 1 strike. Mark 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 6th inning. .25 innings of baseball, and that's what it took the Angels to get their first home run. Unfortunately, Solo's shot down by 5, and Halo's down 4 now. In tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this team is going to hit a lot of home runs during the course of the season. We saw it all spring training long, but some guys pressing early. And they just got to simplify the approach at the plate.
This one bounced back up the middle. That's a base hit for Trumbo. That was a changeup. As you were talking about last inning with Herrera, he doesn't sell that changeup very well. He kind of slows down everything. And Trumbo got a good read there. A couple of multi-hit games for Ivar, Kendrick, and Pools. Now with Mark Trumbo picking up his 2nd hit, he joins the party as well.
Boy, top of the order, 6 hits between them. Trumbo got his 2nd hit right there. Vernon Wells, a solo shot earlier in this inning. But yeah, you're right. He does give you a different look. And if you're a hitter, even if you're fooled, you can keep your hands back long enough to make contact like Mark Trumbo did.
Iannetta shooting one down the right field line. That's going to rattle into the corner. Trumbo on his way to 3rd. Frank Ford does a heck of a job of getting the baseball back in as the throw goes to 2nd. And it's a 1-out double for Chris Iannetta. His first extra base hit as an Angel. Ned Yost is going to come out.
Again, simplify the approach, let the baseball travel. Iannetta did so. Puts his hands through the baseball, hits the right field for a double.
So Yost is going to take the youngster out. He's going to go to a guy who's slightly older, a little bit more polished. Aaron Crow coming on for the Kansas City Royals. Angels threatening here in the 8th. Chris Iannetta standing at second base. He just doubled and chased Herrera out of this game. And Aaron Crow, the youngster who's got terrific stuff and whom the Angels saw on opening night, comes into the ballgame.
A real good fastball, 93 to 97 on the fastball. Very good slider also. A hard, true slider that he throws.
Peter Borges will be stepping in with 1 out. 1 run in. That was a Vernon Wells solo home run here to start this 8th inning to make it a 4-run game. Herrera departs with property at second and third base. No strikeouts, no walks. He gave up 5 hits in an inning and a third. Borges today 0 for 3. He's popped out to short, grounded to third. He has struck out. Moustakas playing in at third base. First pitch from Crow. Fastball downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Crow was charged with 3 runs on opening night. An inning and a third, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 runs. Borges gets jammed and fights a foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, his first inning of work, he struck out inside, and then after Kendall Morales got the base hit in the right field, Amarista pinch ran for him, and all of a sudden his focus went away from the batter to the base runner and let some sliders up in the strike zone, overthrew some fastballs.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider.
Not too often you see a slider at 87 miles an hour.
Top of the order, an Ibar on deck. Here's the 1-2. Trying to get him to chase, expanding that strike zone. Peter lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A lot of strong arms in the outfield for Kansas City, so a base hit doesn't necessarily automatically mean 2 runs are going to score. It'll be important for Iannetta to get a good secondary lead if a base hit gets through.
Borges strikes out, swinging, 2 outs. So it's up to Ibar to keep it going here. Eric with a couple of hits today, 2 for 4, 2 singles, 1 run scored. Nice job by Quintero there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Not an easy pitch to be able to block. Also, slide in the dirt. See the different spin. His body's going one way, the baseball went the other way, but kept his shoulders squared up to keep it in front.
Outfield very shallow against Ibar. Ibar rolls this one foul. Fredo Griffin will not bother with it. It's beneath him to deal with that foul ball. He's smooth over there. He sells it too.
And he knows which to go after, what not to.
Count even now, 1-1. Crow doesn't waste a whole lot of time on the mound. Fastball high, 96 miles per hour. 2 balls and a strike. Chopper back up the middle. Crow has it to the backhand. The inning comes to an end. The Angels do get a run on the Vernon Wells home run. Through 8, 7-3 Kansas City. Saturday, it's UFC Fight Night on Fuel TV Live. Catch 5 hours of coverage featuring our main event, Gustafsson versus Silva. That's Saturday beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern. New pitcher on the mound for the Halos, Jordan Walden, comes into the game for the first time this year. An all-star last season.
Again, redefining himself, mixing in a changeup, spring training fastball, 96 to 99, very good slider. Opportunity to be able to utilize all 3 pitches here.
Jordan will be facing the top of the order in Gordon, Escobar, and Hosmer. The Angels again leaving a couple of men on base. They've stranded 10 overall, 0 for 10 with men in scoring position today. And the Angels, I know it's just 2 games, but came into this game hitting .571 through the first 2 in those situations. It all evens itself out.
It will.
Gordon check swing roller over to Trumbo. 1 away. Gordon 0 for 5.
Well, Trumbo did a nice job there of aggressively fielding that baseball, spinning off the left-handed batter. We saw that a lot towards the end of spring training. A very difficult play for a third baseman to make, especially one with not a lot of experience. Makes it, strong throw, get the out.
Escobar takes that pitch outside. 1 for 3 game for the Royals shortstop. Was hit by a pitch back in the first. It's 2 balls and no strikes with Hosmer on deck. The Angels in the bottom of the ninth inning. Walden tries to keep it a 4-run deficit. 2-1 now. Have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Kendrick, Pujols, and Hunter. Three balls and a strike. Walden, the fourth reliever used by Mike Socha after Urban Santana departed. This one skied out to shallow center. Borges coming on. 2 outs. Isanori Takahashi went 2/3 of an inning. Jason Isringhausen 2/3 of an inning. Kevin Jepson 1 inning. He had a strikeout. He had a 1-2-3 frame. 32,227 in the house here on Easter Sunday. Eric Hosmer 2 for 4. Three runs batted in for the Royals first baseman. He's also picked up a stolen base and he has scored 3 runs. Comes up empty on that fastball. It's 1-1.
Boy, challenger with a fastball at 98.
Rolls over this one up the line, but foul at first. Looks like Aaron Crow will be coming out for that 9th inning. That one bounced just beyond the cut of the grass.
It looked like he tried to do too much with the changeup. And changeup's a field pitch. You have to think fastball and trust the grip to be able to take the speed off that one.
Right off the mask.
Oh, that's coming back quick. It's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball to begin with and fouled straight back off the mask.
And the scary thing about those situations is, as a catcher, you're kind of positioned a little bit further away, and your body starts to shift in because that pitch is coming in on a left-handed batter, and sometimes you turn your head a little too far. Foul tip hung on to by Iannetta. Jordan Walden has himself a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Kendrick, Pujols, Hunter. The Angels down by 4. City, Aaron Crow still in the ball game. Crow will be facing 2, 3, and 4 for the Halos here in the 9th inning. Howie Kendrick, Albert Pujols, Torrey Hunter, Vernon Wells, if we get that far. Howie looks at a pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Kendrick today 2 for 4 with a single and a double. A run scored. Two balls and no strikes.
Not a bad idea to take a strike. Need base runners.
Two balls and 1 strike now. Crow's got a little Zach Greinke in him, motion-wise. Sharply hit toward short. Escobar can't get it. It's a leadoff base hit for Howie Kendrick. His 3rd hit of the game.
A couple singles and a double for Howie. A line out. One of his outs in this game. So he continues to swing the bat extremely well. Crushed the ball in Tempe. Carrying into the regular season here.
Albert today 2 for 3. Single and a double. He's also picked up an RBI. His first was an Angel. It came as an RBI ground out. In tight with the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. With a slider there. And this is a little up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Royals have their closer up and loosening. Jonathan Broxton, the former Dodger. Inside, 3-0.
They matched up the first night into the series. Crow struck out Albert on a slider. Royals falling behind in the count, 3-0.
It's a 4-pitch walk. First 2 guys have reached here in the 9th.
All you can ask for is that chance. One more base runner, and all of a sudden you have the tying runner. Tying runner come up to the plate.
Ned Yost is coming out. I wonder if he's going to go to the bullpen here. Yep, sure enough. You've seen enough of Aaron Crow, so Jonathan Broxton's coming on with nobody out here in the 9th. Down by 4, 7-3 Kansas City. Jonathan Broxton, 2-time National League All-Star, is the closer for the Kansas City Royals, with Joakim Soria having Tommy John surgery. He made his Royals debut yesterday.
Yeah, still has that good fastball, 99 miles an hour. His best fastball is throwing a 2-seam fastball at 92 to 94 range. Also, above average slider, curveball he's been mixing in the changeup.
14 games for Broxton last year with the Dodgers, a 1-2 record, a 5.68 ERA. Had a bone spur, along with those loose bodies removed from his elbow last year, towards the end of last season. Takes over here to face Torrey Hunter, 2 for 7 in his career. Howie Kendrick standing at second base, Albert Pujols at first. Torrey swinging first pitch. Kyle's went off his body, and it's no balls and a strike.
And it's pretty surprising that Torrey's going after the first pitch again. Broxton does have a good fastball as around the strike zone, but still need that extra base runner here to bring the tying run to the plate.
Broxton, 27-year-old native of Georgia. Big boy, 6'4", listed at 300 pounds. Outfield straight around for Kansas City. The 0-1 pitch. Chasing a high fastball out of the strike zone at 96 miles per hour. No balls, 2 strikes. Broxton with 36 saves in 2009 for the Dodgers. Kendrick leading off this 9th inning, gets Darren Crow with a single, Pujols with a 4-pitch walk. And now Quintero and Broxton to talk things over.
Even though Broxton has mixed in a curveball and a changeup on occasion, you would think he's going to stay with the fastball or potentially his slider.
This is where a closer might just tell the catcher, what you put down is just a mere suggestion. This is what I want to do.
I've done it before, and I know what I want to try to do again.
0-2 pitch on its way. Torrey checked his swing. They wanted a peel. He went around, says Dan Bellino. There's out number 1.
Oh, he went with the high fastball. And Torrey went after that pitch, couldn't hold back on that high fastball.
Here's Vernon Wells. 1 for 4 game. Vernon had a leadoff home run in the 8th inning. Broxton signing a 1-year deal. Signed through this season. First one to Vernon. Inside. 1 ball, no strike. Let's go back to that 8th inning.
Got a curveball over the middle part of the plate. Went down and got that pitch and hit his first home run of the season in left field.
Outfield still playing. Vernon to pull with left and center as he finds this one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. See Gordon toward the line. Kane towards the alley in left center field. Frank Kors stayed straight up in right field. It's Howie Kendrick standing at second. Pujols over at first. These opportunities, well, they have been aplenty throughout this ball game for the Angels. Vernon trying to cash some of these in. Morales is on deck. One pitch. Swing and a miss.
Like a cut fastball from Jonathan Broxton.
One ball, two strikes, one out here in the ninth. Halos down by 4. Broxton very deliberate out on the mound, delivers the 1-2. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Throwing exclusively with the fastball, runs a fastball in, cut fastball away. Still good velocity for him. Missed opportunities. You mentioned that Victor 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. The Royals, on the other hand, pretty successful at 40%.
Broxton's 2-2. Vernon just got a piece of it, keeps his at-bat alive. Going with that cut fastball again at the outside part of the plate.
Well, that plays into Vernon Wells' good swing when he's going to right center field. Stays in that plane, stays around knee level high. If he stays back and uses his hands, he can crush that ball to right center field.
Now Quintero and Broxton once again talk things over. This inning started with Howie Kendrick picked up his 3rd hit of the ball game, a single through the shortstop hole. Albert Pujols then threw a 4-pitch walk courtesy of Aaron Crow, and he was lifted for Broxton by Ned Yost. Broxton came in and struck out Torrey Hunter. That's where we stand right now. Halos have out hit the Royals 11-10. 2-2. Got him to chase a high fastball, neck high, 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Broxton. And the Angels are down to the last out.
And twice in a game, Vernon Wells chasing a high fastball. So hard to catch up, especially when the guy's throwing that hard.
Kendrys Morales, after a 4-for-4 game yesterday, hitless today, 0-for-4. 2 strikeouts, 2 groundouts. Chris Getz playing Morales out in shallow right field. He's the second baseman. Escobar Charger trying to keep Kendrick close to the bag at second. Time is called. It's a lot of meetings on the mound with a catcher and a closer. And granted, I know not familiar with each other, especially with Quintero coming over late in spring training. They might want to sit together on the charter after the ball game.
And they'll just say, hey, I throw a fastball at 98 and a cut fastball at 91.
Need I say more? And I'm 3 bills. First one to Kendrys upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Mark Trumbull on deck if we get there. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one.
That might have been more his conventional slider. And a cut fastball and a slider for him, and that 97, 98 mile-an-hour fastball.
Count even at a ball and a strike. Foul back. So the Angels down to their last strike here in the ninth. And for good measure. Now they're deciding which restaurant they want to eat at tonight when they get where they're going. Howie still at second. Albert still at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kendrys Morales. 2 outs here in the ninth. Morales fouls it back. Broxton decided to go with a fastball up that time.
He's super fast on a fastball, especially when he's hitting from the left side.
Another 1-2. Morales strikes out swinging. Quintero will have to fire on to first. And this one is in the books. The Royals take 2 of 3 against the Angels. This one by the final of 7-3.
Well, Irvin Santana struggling today with his fastball, command, slider, same thing. Fell behind early on, but the Royals, got to give them credit. They swung the bats well, and of course some missed opportunities for the Angels with guys in scoring position.
Irvin Santana takes the loss after going 5 2/3. Jonathan Sanchez picks up the win for the Royals. The final, once again, Royals win it 7-3. Stay tuned for Angels Live. Michael Lees, Jose Mota, Tim Salmon will have all the highlights, interviews, and analysis breaking down the game. That is coming up next.